I. Listen, baby. We got nature's candy. And we got nature's candy. Now, I was like, I went into a whole zone when I saw this came to me. These are called muscadines. And just let's try it. You see this? I eat the insides. Now, now I'm used to the green colored one. My first time tasting the red kinds. This is nature's candy. And then we got nature's candy. So, and so, this is my favorite grape, y'all. This is actually one of my favorite fruits. This is my favorite fruit. I eat this. I would love my own tree for this. I can sit this and eat. Let me just tell you the things I can sit down and eat all day. Dish, lobsters, king crab legs. Yes. Seafood. This right here is seafood. Seafood and fruits, if you could say. Let's throw in there this, the yellow mangoes, and soursop, perhaps. So far, I love plums, but they gotta be the right one. I love them, but it's very rare to find the one I really love. I'm talking about dark on the outside, but red on the inside. Perfect texture. Then that's number 4. You all, I when this came, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I went to a whole nother place. Let's get some of this kind. Listen. I'm putting together. This is my favorite candy. One of my favorite candy. One of my favorite ones. And the red dollars. And these, yeah. Yeah. I got this in the mail. They got furniture. We don't need none, I don't think so. Ooh, that's nice, honey. Look. Look. I like that. Recliner, couch. We love what we got. I love what we got. I love what I got. And it's about similar color. As y'all see, I've been up already. I went to bed not too long after. I don't know. I think it was about, I don't even know, maybe 10 o'clock. I Foxy went to bed at a good time, yo. Y'all proud of me? Look at me. I went to bed at a good time and got up at a good time. Isn't that nice? Finally ordered groceries. Had it delivered. See? I love this. Yeah. I want a lot of them. I want a lot of these and lobsters. And crab, king crab legs. Oh my goodness, y'all. Just, it don't even gotta be all, it don't even gotta be a boil. Just boiled. And corn is that seafood chowder. I want a seafood chowder now. That's a great combination. When I have that, the lobster, the corn on the cob, it's the thing of the butter to dip your lobster in. Okay? And that clam chowder with the cracker. Amazing combination. I can do that. I got to do that again. I'm going to go to the store and get like a whole lobster like they gave me. Understand me? I need about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, they got them on sale. Oh, if they got a sale, they got a sale. I tell you what. If they got a sale, I'm going to have a freezer full. They may say, I don't know, they say you're not supposed to eat too much seafood in a week. But whatever the amount I could do, I mean, if people come over here, if I have some guests, if they come, they go and open that freezer. They're going to say, only lobsters? Yeah. And muscadines? And candy? Well, mangoes? I like the inside. I might eat the outside. I don't know. But the outside's real, not like your regular grapes. I got more. I wasn't sure when I ordered. I said I put in muscadine because I tried a couple of times earlier this year. Kind of like I just checked to see if they got them in there because there's a season for them. When I ever put it in today, and it said it, but I said I'm used to seeing it green, kind of like a green grape almost color. I guess it was a good thing I didn't know. Maybe not. I would have got a lot more. But we gotta go to Price Right and get some groceries also. So we need to get a pound. We need to get a bag of sugar. We need to get more eggs. We need to get breads. Because they got bread for like $1 a loaf. What else? We need to get spaghetti sauce, tomatoes, some bonnet peppers perhaps. We need to get, because I got certain things we still got here from Whole Foods, and we're going to go there for that. And coffee, we're getting low on the regular one. What else we need? We got milk. We got our milk and stuff. We got, from Whole Foods. This the stuff. We're gonna get some meats. Maybe even some hot dogs. Nathan's I love. Some sausages. I don't really know, but I know sugar is on the list and coffee is, okay? That's what I do know. Oil, butter, margarine. Oh yeah. Yeah, got a right list. Yeah. But is that going to happen on this here day? I don't think so, no. We got pizza. Guess what we're going to have? Hamburger pizza. By the way, ooh, you guys, I remember years ago, me and my kids, we made, we had a, we had other kids come over too. I used to do a lot of stuff with the kids at my house. And we made pieces from scratch. We didn't make the dough part, because you can just buy the dough. But I think we got the kind you just roll out. You still kind of had to do, still stuff. Add the sauce and add the cheese and put it in all that. It was bomb. We made homemade ice cream. We had an ice cream maker. We made homemade ice cream. Churn it. Urikandia sai di behesa. Dabasa. Shiana hikaya. The best ice cream. There's no way. I gotta buy another one. So we gotta, and we want to invest in. We listen, home CEO, baby. Please, we have to make sure our house has everything we want. Your house, right, for your family. You want to have everything. So you want an ice maker, ice machine. My son got me hip. Soda machine. Gotta have a soda machine. These are, we already got other stuff. These are the other must-haves. They be doing them cars must-have. This is an ice cream maker. Homemade. I'm talking about the churning kind, but they got the thing you press the button. Now this was years ago, so I know they got some even better stuff. Now they got the kind too that's make it like soft serve, baby. Now I don't know if it can come out tasting in the texture like the homemade churning kind, and then give it come out with a soft serve. Now you're talking my language. You got to do that. You got to have that for your household. Got to. Have to. What else? What else can I say? Indoor grill, of course. You gotta grill your food sometimes. Indoor and outdoor. We got an outdoor grill for the indoor grill. So you know. What else? What else can you think of? What else? What else can we think of? By the way, you guys, my bloating has been going down. I was just bloated. I'm like, yo, my stomach. When I tell you my stomach is down so much from yesterday. And deep breathing makes a difference. I was just been deep breathing. I'm just like, what the hell? It ain't getting on what I'm saying, but it's not this, you know. And then last night, not to put my business out there, but I mean, y'all saw what I ate. I didn't have no vegetables and no fruits because I didn't have none. I just had me some water, like mixed with some vitamin C juice. I didn't take no like Senna or no cleansing, colon cleanse. After I took a shower, I said I had coffee, 2 cups, which was not a lot. 2 cups was kind of like my big cup that I would normally have, kind of like ish. Not back to back. So I mean that's it. My pasta, cake, coffee, and my watered down vitamin C juice I put together. So no Senna, no colon cleanse. I don't even got that stuff in my house. I only got the Senna, but I don't even take that. And I haven't bought the colon cleanse in a while. That stuff is serious. Oh, Jesus. I tell you what, after my shower, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth though. I mean, I had a nice warm hot shower because the water's good, everything's good, right? So I was able to really not rush it or anything. I was able to just really enjoy that nice, wonderful shower. Have my music playing. Candyman, yeah. Well, you think I'm a nasty girl? And the Candyman song. I was singing that, playing music, having fun. Ooh, anyway, I'm like, I want to put a TV in the bathroom. Like a nice, you don't have my tablet. I was thinking you to put movies on it. I can have something to mount it up on my wall a little bit. Because it's like this nice little area, put it there. And so I can just have that in there. And then put music and movies in when I'm in the shower or when I'm, just in the bathroom. Nice. Relaxing. I have a nice steamer. I can make it all therapeutic in there. Very nice and relaxing. But when I tell you I came out of there and my stomach started to like feel some kind of way. I'm just telling y'all the truth. I'm just telling you. Y'all know I'm just being honest. And obviously that was after this day. Y'all want to see what it looked like? Now, I put the same dress on. I showered this morning. But I put this on. It's comfortable. And this sweater. So I don't care. And it's clean. I ain't going nowhere. But took my groceries. So it went down, you guys. You see? It's down a lot. Okay. I ain't do nothing. Took a shower. That's all. But I tell you this. I tell you this. I felt lightheaded after I took that shower. And so this happened. Took a shower. Nice, good, nice one. No rushing, just able to just take my time, enjoy that hotness and steam in that good water. And if I take a cold shower sometime, it has health benefits, they say. I would do that in the morning, but not at night, because it might keep you up a little bit. So, ooh, I had a bomb sleep too. Anyway, when I tell you, I don't know which one happened. I think my stomach started to feel like that bubbly, like you took a serious detox. But it was like, I was like, oh my gosh. Then I felt dizzy. Which one came first, that one or that one? I think that started to start when I was drying myself. And then, I don't know. I just felt, I felt like that. That's what it was. Then I went back to the bathroom like, I need to go to the bathroom. I sat on the toilet. And it seemed like it was taking a little while. Whatever. I had my phone. I was like, all right, well, I think I had my phone with me. I went and got, I can't remember. Because I figured I could sit and watch the movie on my phone while I'm sitting on the toilet. And I start to feel really lightheaded dizziness. Now, I've had that experience before a couple of years ago when I was on medication. And I remember my son helped me out. My daughter was knocked out sleeping. My son, he helped me out. I felt like I was seeing stars. I was about to pass out. So I didn't get to that part. And that's why it's good to not be alone, because you should have somebody with you in case, you know. But thank God we can call people and FaceTime. You can always call 911. But I knew I wasn't going to call 911 because I knew this had nothing to do with natural. I didn't take nothing. I didn't do nothing. Ain't nothing changed. I'm not sick. So I already knew it had nothing to do with natural. It had nothing to do with sick. It had nothing to do with anything a hospital can really do anything about. It wasn't medical. So I just sat there and I think I did some deep breathing. But I will tell you this. And I didn't have no food, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo. And I didn't go grocery shopping, so it's not like I went and bought something that's not already in my house that I haven't already been eating. I already ate the cake, no problems. You know what I'm saying? Coffee, same creamer, nothing's bad, nothing's expired. Y'all know how I am. You already see me. I even clean and deep clean my seasonings to check dates on that and throw stuff out. So I make sure everything's good. So ain't nothing, I did nothing. I ain't take nothing crazy, nothing. And I'm being real with y'all. When I sat on that toilet, so anyway, so I started to feel, so then I knew I needed to get some fresh air. So I just kind of, I'm on a toilet though, so I don't want to move, but I kind of had this, my bathroom's not super big, so I just had to do what I had to do, y'all. I had to get some fresh air. So I kind of got some fresh air. I wiped myself or whatever. If anything came out that time, I don't know. It was just like that. Anyway, so I had to put myself on a fan, near the fan, and just kind of got some fresh air. And then I went back in the bathroom and I felt better tremendously. So I kept the door open and then just deep breathed a bit. And I tell you, my bowels moved like I took a detox cleansing, 3 of them. And I mean, I was like, yo. And then it's good to look at your stool in the toilet. And so I was just like, okay, this looks exactly like when I used to take this cleansing, colon cleanse. And I'm like, I ain't taking nothing. I don't even have it in my house. I have no colon cleanse in my house. I only have Senna, and that's been in my cabinet for quite some time. And even when I took Senna by itself, it never really did much. So that's why I would buy the colon cleanse. And so I'm like, I said, but I felt so dizzy. I'm like, that is weird. I didn't eat nothing. I didn't take nothing that should have caused that. I just took a shower. This happened right after the shower. So the water didn't do that. The soap didn't do that. I've been using the same shower and soap. The same, I use the same rag I did use the other day. It's in the same, in the bathroom for me, And so, but anyways, I felt better. So I just deep breathed. I knew it wasn't, the Bible speaks about spiritual, warfare. And y'all saw it. I talked about adultery. What happened? Broke it down like that. I had the same sweater on. I didn't open, like today, I opened up my door. I went outside and checked my mailbox and, The guy, the groceries came in. I, met him right there on the steps. So I'm outside. My door's cracked open. Now, that would, it would make sense for a mosquito or something to come in here. But I ain't do that for 2 days. Since Saturday, I came home hanging out with my son. As y'all know, I posted his video of singing and that stuff. Me and him singing together and stuff. So I'm like, it ain't, that shouldn't have happened. And why would it happen in that moment? And so, but anyways, I'm just sharing that. So that's another thing. That's not natural. So then I said, well, shit. The Lord revealed to me, and we're doing more research. As y'all see, I've been posting a lot of stuff here on the timeline about, people's postings. Like, I have no allergies, so why am I even, see what I'm saying? Look now, why am my nose itching? I'm just saying, I'm just asking a question. I'm learning more about the neurons in the brain and electricity, and the teaching that I might teach, the more it might have me teaching this or not. I got all my notes. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to have to transfer it over to my other phone so that when I'm teaching it and we're talking about it and I'm talking about it on here, I can look at my notes, because I don't know that kind of stuff like that. So not like that, not in those details. Because we're going to go into more details, because the Lord's revealing a lot of things. He's bringing forth things in the light, and he's breaking down a whole bunch of stuff in our bodies. And the Lord's been telling me, first of all, he said, by his stripes, sickness, God heals all sicknesses and diseases by the blood of Jesus. And it's very clear that some diseases and sicknesses has nothing to do with medical. It has nothing to do with it. So it has everything to do with what? Ephesians 6:12. Okay, Ephesians 6:12. And we're going to learn more about science and what could potentially be going on in people's bodies. Because my body responded. I've taken that colon cleanse a lot. 2024, 2023, perhaps even. I mean, when I tell you a lot. I done got colon cleanse. You go to the naturopathic doctors. All that kind of stuff. I know I got a lot of herbs in my house, different things like that. I went to her. I was a plant-based eater, so I know the way my bowels how it came out, and I know what it's like to just take a regular detox tea or take just Senna. It comes out one way, but that detox, it came out exactly. When I tell you the stool and what it looked like, was exactly like how I would take that. So I'm saying to myself, the Lord's been dealing with me. I don't know how true it is. I'm gonna do my research. That these sicknesses aren't real. They're not real. We're gonna see. Now, I'm not saying sickness don't exist. The Bible speaks about sickness, but there's sicknesses that are man-made. We already been talking about those types of things. They said COVID was man-made. Okay, all these things, these neurons and electricity and all these things that's out here. I mean, there's so much stuff. The sun gives us vitamin D and serotonin. It's not even on us. It transfers itself to us. So if the sun can do that, what else can do that? The solar system, there's so much stuff. And so the Lord may have me break that down, or maybe he'll allow me to come across somebody's already teaching on YouTube about these types of things. So if the sun can cause all of this, if your light from your phone can cause all types of things, even concerning your sleep, they say the blue light. How is this blue light affecting my retina that could potentially come in my body and my gut where melatonin is stored? That means the outside, based on that basic knowledge of science and basic knowledge of technology, the technology and science, the sun, perhaps these two things already is showing us what is not in us can affect us and come into us. How do you get sick from something? How do you have an allergy reaction to pollen? God told me that these things people are creating through technology. Our brain and our body has neurons, which is exactly electricity. And I'm going to break all this stuff down. And so the fact that my body responded like that with that, the fact that my body responded like I took a colon cleanse that I didn't take, lets me know, okay, so here's a theory and or a fact. Here's a theory or fact. So I'm saying I didn't take nothing. So the pills that the colon cleanse that I did take before, was it even doing that, or was that technology? that allowed my cleansing. I didn't take nothing. I took a shower. Obviously, there's forces that are unseen. What did God say in his word in Colossians 1:16? There's a visible world and invisible world. Was that invisible world attacking me? Obviously, yes. Did the invisible world cause that colon cleanse to show up that wasn't there naturally? And I felt like I was about to pass out after taking a shower in the same shower I've been taking in the water that I've been taking. Reactions to food. And see, God told me these sickness and disease, a lot of these ones that's out here are not even real. They're sent through technology. The spirit realm connecting with technology. The dreams, you see how I spoke to you about the neurons and all these other things and these images and all these other stuff. So the science and the technology coming together, creating these things. You see in the videos they are doing, giving people AI things. AI is able to do a whole bunch of stuff. They're able to take brain cells and train. All these things they're sharing. The Lord's already been telling me this since last year. I'll say since last year or the beginning of this year. I'm going to get into evidence now. That was not supposed to happen. Bloating. Why am I bloated for? I have no reason to be bloated. After I took my shower, and the enemy been trying real hard to stop me from taking baths and showers. I had so many issues with plumbing that I barely could take a shower here. My bloating went down after taking my shower last night. I didn't do nothing else. And then I went to the bathroom. So, I mean. And then I took another shower this morning. It went down more. I realized the bloating I noticed, I would say, I saw show up when I wasn't really taking showers. Water and technology. You can't mix those two together. The technology don't work properly. So that's what the Lord was revealing to me, and I'm seeing it revealed in this way. And look at the movies. I mean, look at the movies we see now. Look at what people are posting on YouTube. Look at the movies people have been posting. And check this movie, Invasion, and I'm watching. I'm over here like, yo, okay. It's just a movie, but what do we already know? But movies always have truth in it. Unless it's talking about some real things that's not, I'm talking about it got to be on another planet, somebody created. There's no humans, no houses, no cars. Every movie you watch, for the most part, most movies, there's a house, there's a car, there are people, there's a dog, there's a cat, there's walls, there's streets, there's food. These are things that are in real life. So you can't say movies ain't real to some degree. They are real to a certain degree because it's dealing with things that we have and we see now. God is revealing to me, exposing, and bringing shining evidence on what he's been already telling me. Things I really never thought of, but always kind of thought of. The brain neurons are electricity. Your cells, I want to say, also have a form of electricity, something like that. I have my notes, that's why I don't want to say too much. I mean, I have to read my notes. The outside affects our insides. I already talked about that. The blue light in your phone can affect your retina. Can affect your sleep. They say reduce your blue light on your screen if you're having sleep problems. All this Wi-Fi we got around us is everywhere. They've already said, people, I've seen, I don't know how true it is. This one lady said she noticed a difference in her kid's sleep or her sleep or something by unplugging their Wi-Fi box and saying you should have your Wi-Fi box hit like in a very secure, closed environment because of all those. Listen, everything, things are wireless. Our brain and how electricity works, and you can plug stuff in and get things and transfer data and transfer your phone stuff to the other phone by just going like this. Like my iPhone, all I'm gonna do is go like this. All my notes is gonna be on this phone here. I'm gonna go like this, and it's gonna transfer just like that. Based on my research so far, it's similar. It's just being called something else, but it's exactly the same type structure. The way electricity, lightning, electricity, your power outages, phones, all these things are very similar to how the brain works. They said the brain is the computer. And they already using it. Look at the technology and brain working together. You go and get a person get a CAT scan. What do you think they're doing? They're using technology with your brain to get what? Data on the health of your what? Brain. So if they doing that and they can do something that amazing, of course they can do anything else. They can retrieve, okay, what's going on in your memory. They have sleep studies. They do all these things, which I almost participated in a sleep study one time. They have all these types of things. Your emotions and feelings, all that stuff is in here. So if someone can even potentially control your emotions based upon this, how you know that's also true? Because you can take a pill and that pill can give you what? Oh, suicidal thoughts, depression over a pill. So there's a chemical being released in your body, perhaps, that can cause all these different emotions and change who you are as a whole person based on a pill. Okay, so if we could do it with a pill, they can do it with technology, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. That's what God told me. That's what they're doing. And He's going to keep proving it. I'm going to keep doing research. I'm just telling you what God told me. That's what they're doing. And that showed me that He allowed me to go through that. He's allowing me to go through things. And then He's like, see, and I'm not liking it though. but I pray to God to expose and bring to light things, and so He is. And He's teaching me these things. So I'm like, okay. I didn't take no colon cleanse. The Lord told me, don't buy groceries. Because I would have been thinking it's something I just bought. I would have been thinking, oh, it's that apple. It must have been this. It might have been the muscadines. No, if anything, I should have been constipated. I had no vegetables and no fruits. Basically, Saturday, probably the last 4 days. I've been noticing. I'm like, wow, God, I said, wow, God, my body's been moving really good. I've been noticing that too. I'm just like, I'll be going live or something, and next thing you know, I start feeling like I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be like, y'all hear me say, give me a second. That's because I gotta go to the bathroom all of a sudden. I'm like, yo, and I'd be happy because I like my bowels to move naturally, but I'm like, yo, why are my bowels moving this good? Because I used to be the constipation queen. And that's why I started, taking herbs and different things like that. And I'm like, I need to go grocery shopping, right? So I've been eating, y'all see me, I've been eating what, McDonald's. Was there any vegetables besides a little bit of lettuce in my Big Mac? So I've been eating fast food all week. Cake that I made, obviously. Had pizza. Had pasta. What was left in my house to make kind of like pasta and cake and coffee. My vitamin C juice thing that I put together, mixed together. And my bowels move like that, and the Lord showed me. He's like, see, that's what it is. Then He revealed to me about this bloating, because I'm like, yo, my stomach is not this size. Like, yeah, I'm not putting on weight. Like, I'm really the same size, like the size that I want to be. And the enemy's been the Lord was revealing me the enemy don't want me to be curvy and things, because this is what my husband likes. Now, He'll love me. He loves me anyway, but He loves the meat. And just like me, I love meat. I don't want my husband. If he's skinny, that's fine, but I love him with some meat. And so the enemy, the Lord revealed to me, the enemy wants me to lose weight, and that's why. That's so if you notice, how did I look last year? Super skinny. Okay? And so I'm like, no, I'm not losing weight. I mean, I don't mind losing weight because we making love and it was sweating and is I'm still curvy and things, like that's fine. But He was showing that's not my stomach. And when I tell you, I looked in the mirror before I went in the shower, I was like, yo, first of all, when I laid down after the shower, after I used the bathroom, I laid down, my stomach was almost super flat. I was like, yo, He was telling me that shower helped with that. And that was not natural. That was an attack through technology, mixing technology, science, spirit realm. Basically, like there's foods that can cause bloating. Okay, they're using technology. So if technology can make someone be on their phone and feel like they can't sleep because they're having too much blue light, then what else can technology do? If technology can allow them to do check on the brain and all this other stuff, technology can allow them to see, have an ultrasound of your baby in 3D image and see the details of your baby and all these other major things that these computers can do, let alone adding the AI tools and stuff like that. And as you see, I don't know how real those videos are that I posted, but don't some of them look like it's a real hospital, some real people with some real tests? And them using what? Attaching to their what? Brain. The same, so they can, there's no way you can't use the same stuff. There's no way you can't use it. There's no way you can't, because this, based on my study and the Lord may have me, I just got to finish my notes in and then transfer to my other phone and charge my other phone. But based on my notes, so far, the similarities is like basically the same stuff technology has, the same things computers operate and computers have, the same electricity and things, outages and all that stuff uses and have, and it can transfer data. You can email somebody that's not even there. God told me it's the same stuff they do with technology now. Now. The stuff they talking about and been saying in movies for years. That stuff is showing up now. How did these people come up with those imaginations, those thoughts to even put it in a movie in the first place? They put cell phone before cell phone. They put this, all this AI stuff, all this computer stuff. They just go like this. The screen's just up. They press buttons that ain't even real buttons, but it's just there. We ain't too far as what some of us are talking and discussing now. We got touchscreen. There's no buttons on these phones. It's touchscreen. But and Apple already showed, I already shared that before. Apple already showed years ago. I think one of the newer versions years ago was supposed to have been like some old 3D. You don't see it, but it's like glowing type keypad and all that stuff. You can make it large and make it small. Even now, look, I'm on here. I can I can do this just like this by touching the screen of my phone. The same, and we're going to go through it if the Lord allows me to today. The same exact system that operate our technology and these computers and these phones is exactly the same type setup the way the brain operates. It's just named differently, and the chemicals are different. It's a different chemical compound and a different watts. So there's no way, and we already know, these things can transfer. If blue light on the phone can transfer and make someone have insomnia or lead to insomnia, then hello. If the sun, you go outside, can increase your melatonin and or your serotonin, if they can give you a pill and change your mode and or your mood, or put some drops in your eyes and enlarge your pupils to see the back of your head, and then take a technology tool to look in your eye to see how healthy your eyes are, and they can do CAT scans and all these other things that they got out here, then hello, this is something that's already being done now. But in the hands of the wrong people, not good. In the hands of criminals, not good. So if they have stuff like, you don't know what scientists or whatever they working on in the labs and stuff like that. Like they said, COVID was made in the lab. Is COVID really tangible? Was it really airborne, or was it something else? Question. So we got questions. I got questions. The Lord's giving answers. God told me. And so I'm doing research about it. But then I may not have to do much research. All I probably got to do is go on YouTube like I did already and pull a good amount of things, more than I kind of thought I was going to get. And then I went on AI ChatGPT and just asked some questions, this, that, and the other. So it's right here. The movie I'm watching, Invasion, these people are communicating in their thoughts. I already talked. We talk in the spirit realm. What did I say? We're spirit beings. So they're mixing spiritual with technology. Because you dreaming, and dreaming is your brain, right? Okay. And it's also the spirit realm also. Okay. Mixing it together. You add technology to it. The AI already talked about it, didn't he? In the video, if that's true or not, if they're doing that now or not. They're breaking. When I look at YouTube, check out the videos. That didn't come from me. So that's the key. The Lord already told me these things, and I didn't want to just. God didn't just let me just blatantly say it like this. And people are quick to be like, "Oh, this, oh, that." What you mean, "Oh, this, oh, that"? Anything I say, I'm gonna have scriptures to back it up. Number one, the invisible world and the visible world. Ephesians 6:12 and more. And I think are we gonna talk about that? Is that my notes? I'm thinking about the light is in my notes. But it's a visible world. Might have to add that in there. If the Lord has me do that. We could talk more about that maybe. But we talked a lot about that already, so I don't know how the Lord's gonna do it. But there was no bug that bit me, so why did that happen? Nobody's in my house but me. So how did that happen? I ain't see no demon in here, for a fact. So then how did that happen? How did my bloating happen? I'm eating the same foods. I'm allergic to anything. I'm not allergic to it or nothing. I take a shower, it goes down. And it did. Y'all know me. I show proof. I deep breathe, it's going down. By the way, deep breathing can, because technology, what do we know for a fact? They say, don't have no beverages near computers. Water and technology don't mix. So me taking these showers, especially that nice long one, I tell you, my stomach, when I was saying to myself, now I'm not really thinking about it like that because I love myself all the time. No matter what I look like, when I tell you I know I'm beautiful and flying amazing, I know that. Okay? So, but when I was looking at myself dancing in the mirror last night, and when I danced in the mirror this morning, and you know, with nothing on, kind of like ish, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how unnaturally bloated I was. I said, damn, this is how my stomach was. Just the stomach area. It means, I said, oh my gosh. So I said, shit, let me keep deep breathing. By the way, I've done research before about the benefits of deep breathing. And you can burn calories that way. If you are somebody that want to lose weight, you could burn calories also by deep breathing. Also, deep breathing brings oxygen to your brain, which is very helpful. So the nervous system, the central nervous system, the brain, the central nervous system is connected to. It's powerful. And science has already proven this. And so I believe that the things that we're not talking about openly, publicly, like these types of things, is going to be the norm. Because these things is already being done. These things already people know, and people already know, but no one's really publicizing it in the way that it should be. Because if it's being used this much and it's being used and people know about it, then it shouldn't be a secret. It shouldn't be a secret. These are things that everyone already knows about, but it should be more fitting where people can just discuss it like this. They put it in movies all day. This movie Invasion, this TV show, I mean, it's a lot going on. It's just a movie, though. It's just a movie, but you can still take things. I'm like, yo, the guy is basically, they're communicating it to some degree to each other that way. They don't need a phone. We already doing that now. We just use the phone. We already doing that now. If you get the glasses, you're talking to people. We already doing that now. You're in the spirit realm. So all they got to do is connect wirelessly and try to communicate through the energy and transferring of messages and communication through that way. People already kind of talk about these things a little bit. I want to say I've been on some programs like Clubhouse and things like that in the past, and I would go into certain rooms and they would talk about certain things like this, and I'd be getting out of them. What they talking about? So, you know, they'll talk. I remember I was in a plant-based. This guy was talking about how he struggled with erectile dysfunction. He was talking about cellular, all this cellular teaching and all this cellular and foods with energy and grounding and electricity in the ground that connects, which we know the ground, like the Bible says, we come from the dirt. And everything that's in the dirt is in us. So what's in the dirt is also what? Energy, electricity. So there's people that's really like the plant-based lifestyle, vegans and stuff, especially the ones that's into the alkaline and all this energy, cellular stuff. They've been talking about this kind of stuff. And so I would kind of get out of those rooms kind of like, what are you talking about? And so now I'm over here talking about certain things. So people talk about this a lot in those settings. Clubhouse is one social media platform. TikTok, people's lives, YouTube definitely have a lot of information. And then people have their private Zooms, and they have their trainings and teaching and books, lots of books. So they were usually those training sessions they on Clubhouse and stuff like that. They'll usually recommend you to sign up to their program, be a part of what it is that they're doing, and buy the certain books to get more understanding. They would recommend you read these things that way. And then I remember even the naturopathic doctor, I haven't seen in a while, but I went to, she would talk about a whole bunch of stuff. She got all this stuff in her house. I'm like, what is this stuff? But I wouldn't really get deep about a whole bunch of other stuff. I was like, let me say it for the colonic and learn things about the vegetables and, things like that. I want to say herbs, certain things that she would share, but she was sharing. She has so much information, so much stuff that she does. And so I'm like, oh, the energy. There's an energy. There's a lot. And I don't think God wants it to be held a secret where we shouldn't be talking about these things. If we know about these things and we are already experiencing these things, I don't understand. In the spirit realm, everybody be knowing each other. In the spirit realm, people, it doesn't matter if you're a Christian or not. Every person is a spirit, and so there's a way you're going to connect a spirit. That's how you have a dream about somebody. You have warnings and all types of other things in dreams and visions for some people that have visions, but everybody dreams. Basically, our technology phones, especially smartphones now, is it's almost very similar to how the brain works. They was taking the AI's brain communication and transferring it to that woman, if that's real. Look like it's real, right? And transferring it to that woman. Y'all check out the shorts that I posted today's and so they transferred it to her, and so her husband can know what she's saying to him. I believe that was her husband. Using AI, using computer technology, connecting it to her brain from a computer. So then if they can do that with a computer, they taking something and got it speaking for this woman. So they can take data from another person's brain. If they can connect that brain to receive it, they can connect that brain to receive it and get it taken from somebody else. And they could do that wirelessly, then they could do that what? Not with wire. There was a time our phones had wires. You had to be connected to the phone wall with the wires connected to the phone, and the cord is running throughout the house. Whoever's room got the phone. Till now it's wireless. Cordless phones, wireless cell phones. Transferring a phone call, you talking to somebody and now seeing them like we are now. This ain't even a phone call. This is internet. The whole world can see what I'm doing and talking about right now for where they are. So they can transfer AI, computer knowledge that they put in there and transfer it to a woman's brain, then it can be reversed the other way. That means, how did it get in the AI? They had to transfer from someone to get it to the AI. Maybe they did it manually, or maybe they sent it from someone's brain the same way they're sending it to somebody's brain. So they can go to the same they go the opposite direction. I'm a dancer, I can make my arm go like this and then make it go back. Bam. Okay. So I thank God for this. So we're going to be educated, because this is the type of stuff God do want us to preach about, teach about, and talk about and discuss. This ain't not be for everybody. But the Lord revealed this to me. He told me these things, and he showed me these things in the spirit realm. And so now he got me going in and getting the information, the evidence of, and the facts about this information, and doing more research about this information. And thank you, Jesus. It ain't so much work for me to do, because it's already online. So it's right there. Now you read a book, it may take you a little bit of time, but it's, I just go online and get it this way. And then sometimes the Lord will lead me to a movie, and so now I can get it on here in real life, what people are really talking about and discussing now, and then go watch a movie to kind of get an idea what that would look like, and it's right there. God bless you.